let's talk to Brenda, because Brenda was on our very last episode of Talk Heathen, and now she's on our first episode of Skeptic Generation.
I love that.
So for somebody who disagrees with us as strongly as Brenda does, Brenda actually is a very awesome person for calling in. Brenda, hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How can we help you today?
I thought I would continue basically defending philosophy as a discipline, because I thought that was the feeling that I had, that I was trying to defend philosophy as being a legitimate discipline of study.
Okay.
Right? Am I correct in that?
Well, I got to ask, do you think that we were trying to delegitimize philosophy in our last conversation?
Yes.
Why?
Because the accusation was that philosophy is just mere belief.
Okay. So are you a religious person, Brenda?
I'm an atheist.
Okay. I only ever hear mere come from religious people. Mere, it just doesn't strike well. So no, we didn't say it's mere belief. So let's clarify that.
That was my interpretation.
I know.
And that's what I was defending.
Yeah.
And that's why I called back to continue.
Sure. It sounds like you were attacking someone who looks a whole lot like us, but not us, not quite. So maybe we can
say so.
Maybe we can clarify and go from there, yeah?
Right. So I take philosophy to be the pursuit of truth. It aims for holding true beliefs. It is a discipline that is basically conceptual, abstract. It's about reflection. It's about autonomy, fighting for your mind. It's about worldviews, how to build and create and defend one's worldview. Right? So it's about the love of wisdom, the pursuit of the good life, enlargement of the self, elimination of nonsense, and conceptual analysis.
Okay.
And all of these things are, I think, very valuable things to do.
So Brenda, let's start with some affirmation.
Yeah.
I agree with you that all of those things are valuable and wonderful. And what I'm about to say does not delegitimize it. You know, a lot of people will say, oh, this and this, but this is an and situation. Everything you said and more, Brenda. What we're saying is that it's not merely opinion, but that in philosophy, opinion is also there. There are a lot of is statements that philosophy gets to, but there are also lots of areas of philosophy that deal with ought. And that's a lot more messy. Also, it's not just about, your personal well-being. It could be a lot more abstract. And while what you're talking about are the areas of philosophy that I love, and what you're describing are the areas of philosophy that I find most interesting and dive into, to say that is merely all philosophy is, merely, see, it doesn't feel good, to say that is philosophy is to shut out the amazing amount of philosophy that would be disincluded from that description.
I don't think I've disincluded. I think philosophy is about moving from opinions or beliefs towards knowledge, towards having justified beliefs.
What if I told you that...
That's what I think.
Sure. What if I told you that there was philosophy that didn't have anything to do with knowledge?
I'm curious as to what that would be.
Sure. I'm thinking about Kant when he's talking about morality, and he's talking about treating people as means unto themselves, and making sure that we're not using people as tools, right? That this entire moral structure that Kant created is philosophy. Now tell me where the is.
Immanuel Kant was literally all about knowledge. And his belief was the categorical imperative is an objective source of knowledge.
Correct. Exactly.
Knowledge.
Brenda, that is exactly what we are saying. His belief is that he had this knowledge. You can believe in things very strongly. Kant believed in his moral imperative and that constituted knowledge. But there are people who disagree with Kant, and they think that they know things. And the interesting part of philosophy is when two people who believe that they know things talk to each other and debate.
So belief is not knowledge.
We didn't say that.
We didn't say that.
Yeah, you just did.
No.
Immanuel Kant proposed that he had knowledge.
Okay, Brenda.
Categorical imperative,
Brenda.
which conferred upon him
Brenda.
objective moral standards.
Brenda, instead of reciting to me what you know about Kant, tell me how this moral framework is describing or getting you to reality or knowledge.
Well, I'm just saying that it aims at truth, right?
I'm not a
Kantian.
You said it's about moving towards knowledge. Philosophy is moving towards knowledge. How is the categorical imperative about moving towards knowledge?
He gives justifications for his beliefs. And when you have a justified belief, it becomes knowledge.
Okay, so his justifications for his beliefs, I feel like you're striking close to the target, but you're not on target here. What he's talking about is how we should treat each other. This is an ought statement, not an is statement.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so your description of philosophy is incredibly reductive in this circumstance because the description you gave did not have room in it for ought statements. That does not kick out philosophy, Brenda. That does not destroy philosophy. That doesn't make it less useful. What it does is it means it's a broader umbrella to treat it, because if you expand your definition.
Wow, plosive.
Are you getting excited?
I am.
Or are you just being enthusiastic?
I'm incredibly excited.
Are you angry at me?
No, oh God, no. Brenda, I'm angry that we're 30 minutes late and I feel like it's my fault.
No, you're good, Brenda.
Yeah.
The tech isn't your fault. But what I'm saying about Kant is that Kant almost literally invented analytic synthetic distinctions. That was actually Hume. And Kant's moral philosophy is deontological, and it's based on knowledge and facts. Whether or not you agree with him is irrelevant. It is not simply belief.
Okay. It sounds like you're describing the conversation you want to have and not responding to the question I asked.
I did respond to it. You didn't understand it.
Well, I'll go back and watch this. You should too.
Well, maybe we could have a longer discussion in, say, on somewhere else where you don't get so worked up. The fact is,
when I've had a nap, that's fair.
Yeah. So, like, after last week's, or 2 weeks ago's conversation, everybody could Google facts, truth, knowledge, and beliefs, and find the Venn diagram I was talking about, and see that I was correct.
Brenda,
I know what I'm talking about. You were wrong.
Can I ask a question? Because I feel like you're using the terminology justified true belief to determine knowledge, right? That is how you define knowledge, justified true belief?
It's how knowledge has been defined for 4,000 years.
Well, that's one version. There's the correspondence theory, right?
Isn't.
There's the coherence theory of truth.
No, those are epistemic theories that are based on it.
Based on what?
Based on the justified true belief model of knowledge.
Right, that's one model of knowledge. There are others. So assuming that we're all in agreement, because we're not going to debate that right now, assuming we're all in agreement about justified true belief. Belief is the bigger umbrella. You know that like Christian meme where it's like God is the biggest umbrella and then the husband's a smaller umbrella and the wife's a smaller umbrella underneath. Belief is the big umbrella, right? And then under belief, a subcategory of belief is justified true belief that we call knowledge.
Right.
Right.
Correct.
So I'm very confused because you said that belief and
Right.
knowledge are not connected, but knowledge is by definition a kind of belief.
It is a subset, so there is a connection.
Right.
But it is a subset. There is a distinction that I feel is not being made properly. There's an improper distinction being made between belief, which is just mental content that I hold to be true. So I could hold to be true that the moon is made out of green cheese. That's a belief. But I could justify my belief because my holy book tells me that it's so. But that would be a improperly justified true belief.
I would agree with you, but my question
correspond.
here, it sounds like you're saying that you only get to put the stamp of philosophy on something if we can determine that is justified true belief, and anything that isn't philosophy. Is that what you're saying?
Well, philosophy would be about moving towards truth, towards
Right.
wisdom.
But you would
knowledge.
have to go through belief to get to truth, right?
Everything is beliefs. It's either beliefs or feelings.
And we've been saying that this entire time that it is beliefs. And
No, you haven't. I've been educating you.
Brenda,
Oh.
Brenda, it's time that you got educated a little bit. V's about to. The condescension stops here. V is pulling it up. Do you got
should
it,
take
Brenda?
my
Hold on,
instruction. You
Brenda.
should
Don't
take
make
my
me.
instruction.
If you're going to not hold on, I can put you on hold. You could be the first person on hold. Yeah. Do you have it?
I'm looking for it.
Okay, sounds good. So, calling in and saying, I'm instructing you on a thing, pay attention. We're not your fucking children. So, we're
You
going to
act
treat.
like them. You act like children.
Okay, Brenda, this is going to be your last call. I don't need, neither of us need to deal with your condescension.
Well,
No, that's
Neither of us
bad.
need to deal with your
That's too bad. You're
condescension.
just making a fool of yourself on your first show.
Do you have it?
I'm trying to find it. If I find
are.
it, I will.
Yeah.
Read it out.
Everybody
So
can,
the person
everybody
who sent
can
the
Google
email-
the Venn diagram of
Helen.
knowledge and truth and belief and
I
see that I was
believe-
right and you were wrong,
Helen?
and you are making a fool of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
First person on mute. Cool.
You're done.
Not done entirely.
Oh my
there was somebody who
goodness.
sent an email to us actually specifically about this, and we're trying to find it. If you are that person, please resend that to V.
Oh, I can't. It's at the old email.
Oh, I was sent to an email we don't have anymore.
Yeah.
Helena, could you send that to V's messaging you on Twitter?
I'm messaging
we'll
you
get
on
there.
Twitter. We will drop Brenda for now.
Will we? Should we
Yes,
put
we
should we put
will.
Brenda in the queue?
We will read it off.
We don't want to read it to them?
No.
Okay.
No. I think we're good. Helena, if
Hey,
you would like to...
Hey, Brenda? Brenda?
I thought I was on mute.
You, you were. Go be condescending to other people. Bye. Okay.
All right. So the reason I didn't have the email up is because it went to my old ACA email, and I don't have access to that anymore. So, Helena, if you would like to resend it, I sent you a link to my other email on Twitter. So feel free to. What ended up happening was one of my lovely Twitter mutuals, who actually called in earlier today and is having a birthday soon, did some research because they were also very confused about Brenda's call. And they actually wrote to the philosophy department of the school that Brenda says that she goes to. And they got back to Helena, and Helena forwarded that email to me. And they disagree with Brenda very strongly, actually. So Brenda may want to touch base with her philosophy department if indeed that is the case. If we have it, we will make sure to read it on air. But we tried. We tried, guys. We really tried.
That's enough of that.